We are now a little over halfway through the year, and we've had some great movies and we have had some not so great movies. So today I'm sharing with you the 5 best and the 5 worst movies of 2019 so far. Hey guys, my name is Trevor and I eat, sleep, and breathe movies. If you guys are in the same boat, make sure you click that big subscribe button. And a couple of disclaimers before I get in today's video. One being that I have not seen every movie this year. I am just one person and getting to the movies every Thursday, every Friday, every weekend is very hard for me to do sometimes. So movies like Booksmart or Shazam I have not seen. Also, this is all my opinion. Nothing's set in stone here. Just movies I loved, movies I didn't love so much. And finally, these are movies coming from January to June. So Spider-Man Far From Home and Midsommar will not be on this list. With all that said, let's begin talking about the 5 worst. So kicking this list off is Child's Play. And I actually have never seen a Child's Play or Chucky movie until this one. So I wasn't expecting anything special. And I got less than that. It was just everything about it did not work, did not flow. The script just felt clunky. The acting was just, it was god awful. And the chemistry between all the characters just did not flow whatsoever. If you guys have not seen this movie yet, you're doing yourself a favor. Next is Dumbo, and I'm a huge fan of the Disney live action remake, so I was obviously excited for this one going in. The trailers for this movie made it look so sweet and inspiring, but when you got to the final product, you left the theater scratching your head saying, what the heck did I just watch? It focused so much on the human characters and barely at all on Dumbo, which is weird because it's Dumbo's movie. And Dumbo probably had 20 minutes of screen time. When he was on screen, you enjoyed it, but when it focused on the human characters, the storyline around it was just not interesting at all, and Dumbo was barely in the movie. Dumbo wasn't in Dumbo. That's Dumbo. Next, I have What Men Want, and I'm not the target audience for this movie. But I don't care what you say, it was not funny. Next up is Netflix's Velvet Buzzsaw, and the trailers for this movie made it look so creepy, so horrifying. Jake Gyllenhaal's in there, that's always good marketing. You're always like, yep, Jake Gyllenhaal's in it, I'm gonna see it. It looked like it was gonna be a scary, really good Netflix movie, and it wasn't. The horror was just not there until probably the last 30 minutes of the film, and this turned into the giant snooze fest. The first hour and 20 minutes were just boring. Jake Gyllenhaal didn't even matter. His character was so lackluster and so uninteresting. And when you got to the final 30 minutes, you were either asleep, had turned it off, or you just wanted something crazy to happen. You were trying to hold on. And Velvet Buzzsaw is going down as one of the year's most boring movies. And finally is Serenity. And I know a lot of people actually haven't heard of this movie or even seen it, but Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway are in this thriller about a guy who's on a boat and he has to kill her ex-husband, which is just a crazy little storyline. And the trailers for this movie were fantastic. Look at the trailers. You're gonna go in like, oh my god, what am I expecting? And everything from the trailer, that's nothing that you're expecting in this movie. The trailers are making it look like it's going to be one of the best thriller/suspense movies of all time, and it just wasn't. The acting, again, a lot of these movies just have terrible acting, which really bothers me. But Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway might give their worst performances to date, and the storyline itself, it just didn't really flow, didn't really make sense the whole time. There's kind of this eerie vibe. You're thinking to yourself, like, what is happening? And when it got to the big reveal, got to the big twist, you literally said to yourself, what the? Just everything about Serenity didn't work. The storyline was awful. The whole story itself was kind of just boring. The trailers made it look great, but the final product was just awful. Now let's take a right turn into positive land. I'm going to give you guys the 5 best films of 2019. And starting this list off is going to be Toy Story 4. And it's good. Like, it's really, really good. Some people think it's the best Pixar movie ever. Some people think it's the best Toy Story movie ever. I wasn't one of those people, but I was skeptical going into this film. I love where Toy Story 3 ends. Toy Story 3 is still my favorite Toy Story movie. So going in here, I was thinking, it's not necessary. And after I watched the film, I still thought to myself, this isn't really necessary, but the film itself just works. Seeing all these characters back on the big screen together is just so amazing. You got that Pixar and Disney magic in there. And it's now a Woody and Bo Peep storyline. They go on that little kind of a love and a little adventure. And you get some added characters such as Duke Kaboom and Ducky and Bunny, voiced by Keanu Reeves, Key and Peele, and it is just a fun movie. Makes you laugh. It might make you cry at the end, and it's overall just really good to see these characters back on the big screen. Next is going to be Fighting With My Family, and what a pleasant surprise this was. It's a sport biography. It is following a WWE superstar Paige, which is just so crazy and so unique, because growing up, I love WWE. I used to grow up watching it. I had the Rock when his old action figure of him and his tattoos and his Speedo, and he's there. And I had a little wrestling ring, and I wrestled all those action figures back in the day. And so seeing this movie for me just really hit home. And this movie's funny, it's sweet, it has kind of that underdog story, and by the end of the movie, you are rooting for the characters and you really want to wrestle. It's one of the better sport films I've seen in the last couple years, and it's very, very relatable, seeing that some people don't get what they want, and people who do, you gotta work the extra hard, you gotta work the extra mile, you gotta help the people along the way, and it's inspiring. I guarantee you when you're done watching this movie, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wrestle. Next is Aladdin, and all the controversy going into this movie about how the genie looked really made this movie seem like this movie's gonna be bad. Boy, did it prove all the doubters wrong. This is my favorite Disney live-action remake, and I love where Guy Ritchie took this movie. He took the classic generic tale of Aladdin, which is some people's favorite Disney movie ever, and he took it and ran with it. He made it his own. He put his own little twist on it. His use of wide angles and transitions were just great, and you can't talk about Aladdin without talking about Will Smith as the genie. He easily carries this movie on his shoulders. He adds such a unique flair, takes on the iconic role of the genie, played by Robin Williams, and makes it his own. Doesn't steal anything Robin Williams says and really just embodies the genie, makes it his own. And 100% Will Smith carried this movie on his shoulders and carried it into my top 5. My runner-up is going to be The Long Shot, and this is going down as one of the biggest surprises of the year. It's starring Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron, and it's the genre of a romantic comedy, but it takes you on a path you've never seen in a romantic comedy before. You know where the movie's kind of going to end. You can see it from the beginning. It's obviously going to be predictable, but your journey to go there, you go on a windy road, and it takes you through so many emotions till you get to the final product, and it is what you think it is. It's going to end the way you think it's going to end, but the journey there is just so amazing. The best view ever. Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen really seem believable that they could be in love, that they one day could get married, and also the jokes in this movie. I've never laughed so hard in a movie. I don't think ever. I was literally clapping my hands, screaming, laughing. It was just so funny, so heartfelt, and Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen have some unbelievable chemistry. The Long Shot is one of the biggest surprises of the year, and hands down one of the best movies of the year. But there's only room for one, number one, and that belongs to Avengers Endgame. And I've told you guys this many, many times. It is my now favorite movie of all time. I've seen it 4 times, and it is just everything and more you could want. Look up the word epic in dictionary, and there is a great big picture of Avengers Endgame. It is 100% everything and more that any comic book fan or any MCU fan could ever imagine, ever wish for. The stakes are higher, the emotional tie is even bigger, and the action at the end is just absolutely 100% fantastic. And for those reasons alone, it comes in at number 1. How does your guys' list compare? I would love to see that down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do me a favor and go see a movie, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!